Okay, I cannot believe I'm making a word at 11:11 or whatever in the middle of the night, but I have not been asleep yet because oh my goodness, I love Yahweh so, 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 so much. And I had to just tell somebody, because I could just burst. But all that anxiety that I had inside me, because I know that God was giving me word after word after word, but He knew I couldn't take it because I get so excited. I get so excited. And there's also, I felt like there were some things that were missing because I am a very, very out the box creative teacher and always have been. Matter of fact, I was a beloved teacher, doing the most amazing job at once upon a time in my life. That's another story that I have to tell later. But anyways, let me stay on task. I was just like, I wasn't feeling that. I know what that feeling feels like when you find stuff that no one else has seen before, no one else knows, um, and you go to teach it. I didn't have that. There was something missing, but here God is showing me that. He gives me stuff for the point in time because why? I'm a seer. I've always been a seer, remember? So I was like, how? Because I was like, how am I going to know when to put it out? Like I didn't know when to put out the golden hour. Um, but I did. But the thing is he wanted to show me, look, I can get you a word. I can tell you when to put out a word. You just have to trust me because even though he gave me that word 2 months ago, and I kept feeling like I had anxiety about it, right? And I don't know why I had anxiety about it because on Saturday, I just realized he gave me 4 words on the go. He made me know that this is the time to do the golden hour because I'm going to tell you that you have to do it now because I'm going to show you between 5 o'clock in the evening and 11 o'clock in the evening 4 to 5 times that you need to put this out right now. Like he did it all in like 4 hours. I'm like, this is crazy. Like I was holding on to that forever. So in other words, if God is giving you a word and you're a seer like me and you have anxiety, it's stress. Like I don't want to be disobedient, but it's not that. It's about the appointed time, the Kairos time. And so you want to be able to put it out right, but he's going to tell you just like he tells you everything else. The only time I ever had that kind of anxiety, you know what built me anxiety up in me like that is in the FOMO and all that stuff is hanging around out with these other believers that are on this journey because they be questioning you and it's the unclean spirit in them. I have to say that though, because questioning you, do you well, what are you gonna do with this and why are you gonna do it like that and why haven't you did anything like this and do you think you're gonna be a pastor one day and all. Look, I'm gonna do whatever God tells me to do. I always have. No, I didn't have always have. Let me stop lying. I'm like, no, but when I hear him, like if I hear him tell me something like go home now, and I said I would never go back home again, I was out. My daughter was gone in 2 weeks. I've been like, I lived here since 2005. I was like out. And I'm so glad. Listen, like when I hear him, I know I hear him I know when to move. So I don't know why all that built up, but guess what? I'm so excited about what the things that he has placed on my heart to tell. I just got to writing out some notes. I was like, I can't believe I couldn't stop writing. So guess what he did today, all in one day. And thanks to Bull for Christ, I have to say that because he shows me things through her. He tells me things, and then he will secure a thing with me. Like he teaches me ways by showing me like I can trust what he's saying because I'm gonna tell her in a different way and I'm gonna let her say it, but it confirms what he's telling me at the same time. And I can't doubt myself because it's an everyday occurrence. Like it's an everyday thing. And I'm just like, it's amazing. But all in one day, he took my first love. He gave me back my first love. So I was really good at what I did for a living. Then I got really sick, like really, really sick. And I was having one surgery after another. And I had a baby. Then my husband died. And okay. But I was wondering why I didn't have that thing, that drive, that excitement that I mean, I have excitement for it, but there was something missing. And even though I knew this thing, today, his stuff, the stuff from the word and what I used to do for a living came together really, really clear and really, really OMG. This cannot be my thing right here. This is my thing. Oh my God, purpose is here. Okay, I gotta calm on down. I gotta calm on down. I gotta calm on down. Look at my eyes. I am so freaking tired, but now I feel like he was putting me to rest all this time. And I didn't want to sleep because I was excited inside and I just could not just rest in him. He was kept saying, rest in him. He's sending people to say, rest in him. I didn't know how to rest in him because I was holding on to all these things, not knowing what to do with them, thinking I was being disobedient, stressing myself out. Even though I don't have nobody bugging me in my ear anymore, telling me that, I'm like completely just listening to him. I have no one antagonizing. Well, there is one person that's sort of antagonizing, and it's weird because it'd be the ones that be saying they're believers, and like, what is wrong with you? Why are you going against God's words? Shut up. Anyway, if I put this out, I don't even care because I'm that excited. Whatever he's doing. And remember when I put out the word about 125, and I was like, it's my birthday, and about the birth, I'm not done with that word, number one. Number two, that leveled up. That was a level up. Like every time I get like specific dates, but I thought it would be more than that because since he gave it to me so long ago, but really it's a level up. And it was alignment of all the planets, which is huge because he said that there will be miracle signs and wonders in the skies upon his return. So that is huge. And those planets mean something. It's not what we think it means, but they mean something. And I had started to actually study that with someone right before, like a couple years ago. And then I had to leave that group. It was moved me away from that group, but we were just starting to study that and it made so much sense. I'm like, oh my gosh, like how did I never see that before? But anyways, miracle signs and wonders in the skies. And that's a definite, the line, this, just the word alone, forget the doggone planets. I'm not saying forget them, but if you just thought about this alone, the alignment of all the planets. First time since Christ was born, I think they said. First time since Christ was born. But anyways, I'm so excited. I pray to God that all these things, I have to be very transparent in some of these things, but what I'm going to be transparent about is going to free me. And I can already feel the freedom. You guys, the devil wants us to keep things secret. I think Christina had talked about that before, about we keep this in the family. But the devil wants us to keep certain things, to be ignorant about certain things. That's why it's so important that you step away from the church for a while. Because if you went through this whole process without stepping away from the church, I am so concerned. I'm going to say it just like Miss English used to say it. I am so concerned because there is no way that you can listen to God and the pastors at the same time because they have been compromised. The Catholic Church, and I'm so sorry for my Catholic brothers and sisters out there, but I was almost Catholic myself. I went to Catholic school almost my whole life. The Catholics have really tainted religion and actually are sending people to hell. We're all, not saying we're all going to hell. I'm saying there are people that are in the church that are following Catholic traditions of men and are doing things out of tradition that are going to send you to hell. Because if you read Revelations, it will tell you no lukewarm. He's not going to get a little bit of him and a little bit of this. There's only two sides. So if you're not doing it on the Christ side, you're going to be doing it on the Satan side. And so he's like, you're not going to do both. And so you're going to have to choose. Empty yourself completely and allow him to fill you up with the truth of him and who he is. I can't stress it enough. And it's lonely, but it is the best thing I've ever done. And the loneliness is temporary because everybody's going to have to follow suit eventually. People are going to have to follow suit. They're going to have to. Otherwise, he's going to spit you out. He's not a man that he shall lie. And that is what he said. He will spit you out. So don't let your pride get in the way, your ego get in the way, what you want your God to be in the way, because your God and my God have to be the same God. There's only one God. There's not your God, my God. No, it's one God. It's what he wants and what he says. And I don't understand how people just can't accept that. But guess what? He's going to keep telling you, like it says in Revelations, he keeps saying it over and over again, just like he did to Pharaoh and Moses. And Moses was putting out those plagues. The frogs were coming in their houses. Frogs were in their ovens. Frogs were in their bowls and in their houses and in their beds with them. Ew. And they were all over the land. And God was like, okay, I'll remove them from the houses, but they're still going to be out by the Nile. And they ended up they were so many dead frogs coming out. They were stacked up that the whole land just stunk. And guess what? Pharaoh was mad. And he's the one that asked if he would just do so. He was happy that he did just a little bit, but he wasn't happy enough to say that God was God. He gave him chance after chance after chance. And just like he did that for those plagues, there are plagues coming at the end. And at the end, and he keeps talking about the plagues and the chances he keeps giving people to get it right, And they keep blaspheming God and complaining and doing this. There's no more time left. There's a whole window. Anyways, I'm not going to go into this right now. We're going to have to talk later, but let me get some sleep so I can get up here and get this next word out. It's not, I'm going to just have to be bold with it because it's just what I cannot be any other thing. People might not like it, but it is the truth, because God gave me God planted the seed. Oh my God, in 2000. And he allowed me to get sick and get a certain job. That job took me to get another degree and to teach his people. I didn't know what that was. I only wanted to teach his people. I was saying they were my people, but it's his people. I'm going to help to uncover the lies. And I will give my life. You hear me? I will give my life for the truth to set the captives free.